Hi guys, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, episode number 2. Today I'm going to be going to Minmus, and then I'll be returning back to the planet Kerban. So let's get started. I'm actually going to load up my game because I've had a couple of hiccups along the way trying to plant flags on Minmus, but this time I will do it, and I will return home safely. So here we go. This is my best lander that I've designed so far, and it is a beauty. This thing can land in atmosphere, it can land on moons, it can land anywhere, and it has enough fuel to go into interplanetary missions. So I'm really happy with this design. I might do a little video on how to create this thing, or I don't know, just some of the features. I might put up for download, I don't know. We'll see what happens. This is a Cobra MK-V, and it's time to launch. We're going to Minmus, we're going to plant a flag, and we're going to return home, and everyone will cheer and give us cake. Now, the whole idea of the proper launch vehicle to get the job done is something that can use less fuel and get more power for your thrust to weight ratio. And the whole idea of this thing is to get it into orbit without using any of the primary fuel for the main craft. And that's what all of this launch stuff is. It's asparagus staging for the most part, but it's my own personal design on it. I love it. It works every time. So let's go. Full juice, and we're put it right at about 80,000 and then I'll wait. There we go. Uh-oh. I hear things popping. I think it's just some of the structural support, so it's fine. Should be okay. Now whenever you put your marker when you're doing your gravity turn right on this minus 10 degrees mark there, the speed that you're increasing will equalize with the downward direction, so that way you won't gain any altitude for the most part over here, as long as you keep it like right on that minus 10 mark, and then it just kind of hovers right there. You see that it's barely increasing by 10. And that's how you can stabilize your apoapsis while you're moving in your horizontal direction. Without the use of maneuver nodes. And we're out of fuel. It's okay. And now we wait until we get closer to that 83,000 meter mark, and then I'm going to hit the solid boosters, and I'm going to get a really large orbit really quickly. That's the whole idea of these things. These 4 solid boosters right here are now going to give us a complete orbit, and I don't have to use any of the fuel from any of the other fuel tanks. I don't even need to be throttled up, actually. There we go. That's good. Alright, off to Minmus. I'm gonna set Minmus as our target. And let's see here. I want to try to do the inclination change first, is always kind of a rule of thumb for what I like to do. That way I don't have to do it later. Right there, that's what you want, 0.0. Perfect. And that maneuver is going to be this way. There's the marker. And now we speed it up. Engines online. And I'm gonna hit this 30 seconds early. There. That's right, I can do a minor correction now by just aiming in the opposite direction. Don't need a maneuver node. Because I know that that line right there is dead south. Out to Minmus, and I'll do it right here. Look at that. Perfect. 700,000. Whoa. Whoa there. Ha. There you are. Slide double. Get back here. 111,000, good enough. I don't really care that much at this stage. Just want to get out there. So that is in 4 minutes. I'm actually gonna burn this way early with the use of RCS, because I've been to Minmus before, and I know I need to burn early. So go ahead and burn at about 3:30. Right there is good. Juice. And I'm going to use an H to go forward the RCS fuel just to add. So it doesn't do much, but it does help a little bit, and I've brought reserves, so I have plenty of RCS fuel for everything I need to do. I like doing all my maneuvers in the orbital map because I can see in real time the update. Orbital changes and the path that I'm taking. And you can't see that if you're having as much data where we're going to be as possible. And you can't always trust the newer nodes, because about 80% of the time they're wrong. Because your actual direction that you end up tends to change depending on when you start your burn and when you end your burn. That'll work for now. So that's the maneuver I'm going to plan for in order to try and achieve a close enough path towards Minmus and something that's close enough to where I can get an orbit around Minmus, and 83,000 meters around Minmus is pretty good. I want to be able to try to land straight down on it instead of coming in at an angle. And plotting a maneuver there is the best time whenever you're at a kind of a wide arc, because look, that's only 5.3 meters a second. That's barely anything if I burn that way. So we're gonna speed it up to that point and burn it. Goodbye, Kerban. We will return shortly. Alright, I'm just going to use RCS for this. Just holding down H right now to go forward towards my target. Yeah, good enough. Let's see here. Plenty of monopropellant. That actually looks really good. I'm happy with that. Alright. Let's go ahead and speed this up. There it is. There's Minmus. Coming in a little low. That's alright. Change that later. Want to achieve an orbit here. 30,000's a bit too close. About 40,000. That's good. So we'll plan for that maneuver. Go ahead and burn it early, just because we can. That looks good. The 40,000 periapsis is really the marker that I was paying attention to this whole time, so that's fine. Alright, I see my LZ. I do have a spot picked out already that I want to land on. We'll get to that shortly here. Getting ever closer. I'll get a circular orbit first, and then I'll do fuel transfer, and then start doing an inclination change to get closer to the LZ. Alright. I'm gonna burn early. Should be about there. 39, 40, good. I'll take that. Alright, so now we have an orbit around Minmus. Now the LZ that I picked out is actually this peak right here. So that's what I'm going to be landing on, this one right there. So to do that, I need to change a few things here. To do an inclination change, but I do not want to speed up. And you gotta be careful when you do your inclination changes, because they will do crazy things. Try to get you going faster than you really need to. Try to overshoot it a little bit there. That looks good. Alright. Perfect. 29 minutes? I don't think so. Speed it up. Still have plenty of fuel. We're doing really good. There we go. Alright. So we're at 30 seconds so far. I don't want to burn this one as early because, well, I guess I'm gonna have to. Crap. That's fine. I will deal. See, the maneuver node changed as we got closer, so I'm gonna have to make a slight adjustment to our plan here. Should burn more than this. Change our information. Go ahead and get rid of this stupid maneuver node. I don't need you anymore. Alright. I'm just gonna have to do this on the fly. That's alright. Burning retrograde to decrease my orbit down closer to the LZ that I picked, and then I'm gonna have to burn in opposite directions in order to change inclination. But I have a whole boatload of fuel, so I'm not really worried. We will hit our mark. Perfect. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and do a fuel transfer real quick and go over that. So I'm going to turn off RCS for this bit. To do a fuel transfer, since these tanks are low, you can right click on any tank or anything really on your thing to check its status. But these tanks are running low because I've been using RCS the whole time. But this big one down here is our reserve. So what you do is you right click on that one, hold down Alt, and then right click on any other tank, and you can transfer fuel in and out of them as you please. So I want fuel to go into the spent tank, and look at that. That's how you do a fuel transfer, in case you didn't know. Very useful information. This is how refueling stations and all that stuff works. And you can do this on the fly. And you have to be kind of careful when you do this sometimes, because you can throw off the center of gravity of your craft, and you don't ever want to do that, otherwise it'll act really weird when you go to do any sort of maneuver. But we won't have that problem. I don't need RCS anymore. I can do everything with the main engines. Normally I wouldn't be so wasteful, but I packed plenty of fuel. This thing is meant for interplanetary missions, but it'll work just as well here. And there we go. That's not too wasteful, only 200. Alright. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with our main engines for a little while longer, because I do want to try and save as much of the primary fuel as I can for our return journey. So let's speed this up a little bit. You can already see my path is changing. So I'm gonna have to do some corrections here. I want to land right in the middle there. So I'm gonna go and overshoot it a little bit. And then let's check that. That's looking pretty good. Right, now I'm going to burn retrograde to bring that down closer to that middle mark. Try to go perfect retrograde here. down right in there. A little off. That's alright, we're only moving at 100 meters a second. And this is why you should pick Minmus instead of the moon as your first body to land on. Because it is a lot easier to land on due to its low gravity. It's just a little bit more rocky though, so you gotta be mindful of that when you go to pick your LZ. I'll be landing on the moon on the next mission, so next episode, I should say. It's looking good right there. Perfect. Alright. Go ahead and eject our rockets. Goodbye, engines. You have served me well. Alright. Lights on. Deploy struts. Boom. We are ready. Alright. What's going on? Okay, versus... go. We have touchdown on the surface of Minmus. Ta-da! Alright, let's deploy our gear. Got little antennas here. Why? Just because they look cool. Hopefully they'll do something with communications here shortly within the next updates. I would like to get a couple of satellites going. All that debris over there coming down. That's alright. Alright, Jebediah, going to EVA. cruise. Oh yeah. Come go, loving it. We have touchdown. Spacewalk. Not really. Alright. Take a look at our landing zone here. This is really a huge mountain. I would like to go over that little white spot if I can. Looks kind of far away though. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little ways away, but we can make it. Because we have the power of jetpacks. Press R to use jetpack. Thrust up, and here we go. I'm gonna head over to this little white speck right here on the ground. It's my target. Not a white speck anymore. That's okay. You want to be really careful about your speed with the jetpack, because these Kerbals can die if you hit something a little too fast. There we go. Soft touchdown. Let's see, where's Kerban? Should be able to see it. At least I thought we could. Oh well. I saw it last time I landed here, but that was some time ago. Alright. So now, after you've landed on your body or moon or wherever you want to land, look at me so happy. Right click on your guy, plant that flag. We were here. You can really write anything you want and then come back later, take your flag down, and retype it. Hit L to turn your lights, and there it is. Predator flag. Looks so cool. There we are on Minmus. Our flag is down. We were here. Plaque is made. Time to head back to Kerban. And these jetpacks do have their own fuel source. You can see here it's got 79.6%, so make sure you don't stray too far from your ship with your jetpacks. Otherwise it'll be a real pain to get back. There we go. Landed in the Cobra MK-V. Did really well. I'm happy with it. Now it's time to head back home. Every time you plant a flag too, it'll always be marked. You can see right there, Overlord Point. As I have named it. Just because I can. Come on, ladder. Grab it. Grab it. Do as I command. Ha! There we go. Hard to grab things in low gravity. There we go. Alright, let's see. Can't suck those fuel tanks in there. That's fine, they don't have much. Alright. There goes our ladder. And let's see. Alright. Here we go, blast off. Just that little bit of fuel gives you a huge orbit. Looks like we're gonna have to do a little bit of a loop in order to come back. It's alright. Perfect. I will take that. Satellite as our target, and we're gonna burn because it has such low gravity. Actually, no, burn a little early. Burn here. Actually, if we land on the North Pole, that'll be ideal. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That'll work. Don't want to land in water. I landed this thing in water once and it ended poorly. Everyone died. looks good. Happy with that. Speed it up. Where'd Minmus go? There it is. Bye, Minmus. We will return at some point. Alright, next episode, after I land safely back here on Kerban, I will be sending a mission to the moon, which is right there, and we'll land on that. I actually have enough fuel left in here that if I wanted to land on the moon, like right now, I could, but that's not part of this mission, so we're not going to do that. Goodbye, moon. I will see you tomorrow. There's planet Kerban. Alright. What do we got here? I'm not gonna bother landing at the Kerbal Space Center. It's a little tricky coming in at an angle like this, but not impossible. Got enough fuel. Alright. I'm happy with that. Right there. As long as we don't hit water, which it doesn't look like we will, we're fine. Pretty sure this is all just part of one big landmass over here is what that looks like. Actually, just to be safe, we'll go that way. That should be good. I will check up on that later as we near our destination, but so far looks good. I got fuel left in the tank if I need to. Should be fine though. Oh yeah. Yep, we'll be fine. It's one big landmass. Perfect. As long as we don't land in the mountains, we'll be okay. Which, speaking of which, might wanna angle away from. And there's mountains on both sides. Nah, we'll be fine. I hope. Alright, here we go. Re-entry. Got so much monopropellant left. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and face the other way. and help out. Go. We will drift safely down to the surface. Although I might have to help it. If we hit at 26.2 meters per second, we will surely die. But that's okay. I'm prepared. I see lights on the ground, that's my indication of how far away I am from the surface, so that's another good use for lights. I don't know if these are all deployed yet either. Look like they are. Big one is now too. There's the surface. Sweet. Uh-oh. 12.2 is a bit fast. Stupid key binding thing popped up. But anyways, there you go. We have safely returned to planet Kerban without dying, without crashing, without anything going wrong, for the most part. Got plenty of fuel left in the tank, but we cannot even get off the ground if I try. So, that's the whole point of this other engine here, is when you return back home to Kerban, it's to help you land. And as you can see, the whole ship is completely intact. Didn't have anything rip off from the force of the parachutes because they're all in the proper locations. So there you have it. We are home. All the way back from Minmus. With fuel to spare. Couldn't have gone better. So I'll see you guys next time. Next mission will be to the moon. See you then.